You're listening to KYST 89.3, The Bone. The Bone. And now time for South Tucson Youth Football, simulcast on AM 1400, The Growler, and on South Tucson Local Access Channel 22.
Oh, man.
Hello everybody, and this is a beautiful, beautiful morning for South Tucson Youth Football. We are here on the west coast, the left coast, pretty close to it, Arizona. My name is Brian, and this is a doubleheader of Week 6 of South Tucson Youth Football. We are smack dab in the middle of conference play, which means it is time for Rivalry Week. And we've got a pair of games coming to you from the Child Services Conference, which has shown itself to be the top conference in South Tucson this season. Looking to see if we've got any. Oh, excellent. Had to check that one, make sure. Okay, wow, we got two brand new rivalries we're broadcasting for you today. Today, our first game features our second-ranked team in all of South Tucson. The first ever rankings came out finally after I finally put them together. We have the number 2 ranked Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium. They are 5-0. They have not lost a single game all season so far, and they have earned a number 2 ranking because they are one of 3 undefeated teams so far this season. They're taking on the 2-3 Shifty Lose Arcade. So Ted's are a heavy favorite in this one. With their record, they are of course 2-0 in conference. Shifty Lose 1-1 in conference. They are coming off of. Let me put in the information. Should I get that right there? And our next game after that. Shifty Lose are coming off a loss to Moist Adventures, our other undefeated team in South Tucson Youth Football. At least in the conference, we have 3 teams. The other one being Twin Towers Construction. Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium just defeated the Crash Zone Trampoline Experience, or CTE for short. Close one, 24-21. They left it late to get that win, but they remain undefeated. Shifty Lose lost to Moist Adventures in Week 5, so they're playing 2 undefeated teams back-to-back, and Shifty Lose have a really strong strength of schedule because they have also played and lost to the other undefeated team, Twin Towers Construction, in Week 3. So this is going to be quite a game for them, and poor Herbert Lawson, their running back, who just seems to get murdered every time, may have more of that to come today. Let's go to our lineups, brought to you by Wall to Wall Salve. Don't be a salve, not be a salve. If you're looking for an ointment, cream, or paste, better call Salve. Sponsors of the number 28 Dodge Stratus in the Diddler Cup series of racing, driven by Ennio Sparini. Go Salve. And of course, we start with Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium, the undefeated teams. One of them seemed to miss picture day, so in the middle, that is their running back, Nitro Shaggy. On the left, that is their quarterback, Jonas Brothers. And missing picture day is their star player, defensive back, Magisterial Tuna. Oh, Dino, I'm so happy that you just did the whole Twin Towers Construction, never forget the quality service. There are so many slogans I've used for Twin Towers Constructions, and I'm very glad that those are. I'm going to add that. Never forget. Oh God, they're just two twin brothers who the Towers brothers. They're just the Twin Towers who run a construction business, and you can just. They got great service, and you can find out how you can find them all around town driving their vans. They honor their father, who was a great airline pilot. So you just look for the van that has a big airplane on the side of it that says Twin Towers Construction. They also will help you tear down do any sort of remodeling. They are good at controlled demolition. And I'm going to go to the other team because I'm going to get myself in trouble. All right, let's go right to left on their opponents. Shifty Lou's Arcade on the right. That is their safety. Richard Clock in the middle. That is defensive tackle Macadamia Washington. And their star player also on defense, linebacker Harmonious Screams. Harmonious Screams. So there you have it. Feel free to let us know who you got picked in this one. I'll tell you right now, Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium, the undefeated team, are the heavy favorites in this one. But we've seen upsets all the time, and I got to tell you, they're really excited here at Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium's home field, the Muni. They are, and they do specialize in inside jobs. You're right. They'll renovate. They'll do the exterior of your house. They'll do an inside job if they need to. And Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium, there are a lot of excited fans. Most of the fans just kind of ripped off the sale signs from the windows and just held them up in the crowd. So they're not really that clever. They just say things like 50% off bonnets and like buy one get one jumpers. So I don't know if that really doesn't translate to football, but let's just go down the Muni and see how this shakes up. You are looking live at Municipal Field number 185 in downtown South Tucson for an early morning kickoff. It is undefeated Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium this Sunday morning. They are in the bright Mardi Gras colors of green, yellow, and purple. They're kicking off left to right on your... How is Babby clothed? Left to right on your radio dial. And Shifty Lou's Arcade in the away jerseys. That's Richard Clock with a 16-yard return, and he is on all fours getting kicked by somebody. Jesus. They are in the blue pants, white jerseys, and dark black helmet with the Galaga logos on there, or the Galaga symbols on there. And they're going to hand it off to Herbert Lawson, who doesn't get injured this time, takes 11 yards. And a first down. That's going to be the key to this game for Shifty Lou's. They're going to have to run the football straight up the middle. See how many times Herbert Lawson can get brutally hit by as many children as possible. He's going to go right that time, and you see what happens. He just gets tripped up right up the middle, avoiding any sort of avoiding any side. Gallagher, damn it. Yes, the gentleman Jack Gallagher. Avoiding any sort of contact really doesn't help Herbert Lawson. He just kind of gets tackled anyway. So just send him right up the middle, get something out of it, and just see what happens. It's 3rd and 8. The Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium using their... And they're going to air it out this time. And Justin Mills, 8-yard catch, and up for the first down. See, he was tackled over the first down marker. So that's a bit of a gift. Clinton Underwood, his first pass is a completed one. And he's working from the shotgun formation. They are using the playbook of Northwestern University. And they're going to hand it off to Lawson. He's going to go away. He's got 24 yards before he hits just a helmet right to the rib cage. And rest in peace in pieces. Herb Lawson. Oh, just 2 helmets into the rib cage. And he's trying to get rid of that ball. He thinks they're just playing kill the man with the ball, so he's just looking to get rid of it. But they move down to the 24-yard line. Shifty Lou's strong on this opening drive. Now again, that is kind of the MO of the Child Services Conference, the CSC as we say it for short. Gonna get 5 yards on that one. Lawson been handed the ball quite a bit. We'll see what they can do. And they're going to fake it off. Lawson takes a hit without even having the ball, and it leaves Underwood. Oh, to get just like total elimination there. Tackle just short of the goal line, but a 1st and goal situation. Yeah, it was definitely total elimination from those 2 kids. Watching a lot of wrestling these days, I guess. Some old school ECW. Down to the 2-yard. And Underwood looking to throw it. Back of the end zone, Javon Callahan, touchdown. Shifty Lou's on the opening drive. Taking a little more than 2 minutes, and they're trying to silence this Muni crowd quickly. The Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium fans usually pretty up for it. They provide a good home field advantage this season especially. But they're trying to just keep the... Oh, yeah. The Shining Stars did that, didn't they? I mean, you know, these kids are dumb as hell and they're young, so who knows what they're watching at this point. They might have just thought, hey, why don't I just run at the back of his legs and you just jump at him. And a flag on the return, so everybody...
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
A face mask. And that means everybody take a drink, because face mask penalties means everybody drink, and we want to know what you drinking. I've got, you know, I cracked open one of those aerosol cans that has the Halloween hair coloring dye, and I'm just taking hits off that right now. I'm taking hits off that. Shovel pass from Jonas Brothers out of bounds. What the? Oh no, Herbert Lawson got a concussion and he's out. Oh. The last 5 seconds of this game have just been ridiculous. We had a shovel pass all the way out of bounds from the line of scrimmage, followed by the kid who the running gag was that he gets hurt all the time just got hurt. So I guess, you know, good night, everybody. That's Nitro Shaggy up the middle, 10 yards, and Herbert Lawson, who was so much a part of that opening drive, is now out for the game with a mild concussion. And I bet if I'm Shifty Lose, they're going to trot him out next week again. Who do they play next week? Let's take a look at that one. They got Hootenannies, who are 3-2 next week. That's not a gimme either, so let's see. Dino, cold drinks, a nice ice cold drinks, cold drink. Nice. And a warm, uncarbonated Diet Dr. Pepper. Nitro Shaggy sounds like a sex act. Ah, Candace, she's got a glass of Freon on the rocks. Yeah, I like my Freon neat, actually. That's just my preference. A little bit of a splash of club soda in there. Shades of Herman Football Sherman. Herman Football Sherman. I love that. In fact, you know what? I'm going to borrow that name. I feel so. Once the game comes out, which will not be till next spring, I'm going to be doing an old-timey baseball league, and I'm coming up with names for all the players. And I feel like there would need to be a player named Herman Football Sherman who plays baseball. So I'm using that. If that's okay. I also think he needs to join the side. Joins the ranks of guys like Knob O'Butter. And I do have a guy whose name is YYZ. Oh, there was one other one I had. Touchdown! Jonas Brothers runs it in himself. Yeah, absolutely. To the Discord with names. Nava Butter, Herman, Football, Sherman. I had one earlier that I was going to use. Oh, Wacky Deli, yeah. Because if you're a soccer fan and you've heard of the team Tottenham, there is a player named Deli Alley, and I always want to call him Wacky Deli Alley. Dollop Daisy. Yup, absolutely. I'm not going to keep reading them off, but believe me, I plan on having 14 teams. Teams such as the Milwaukee Dutchmen, the Philadelphia Brown Trousers, and of course both the two teams out of Chicago, the Chicago Gin Drinkers and the Chicago Teetotalers. Batty Foulball Duncans. Jesus. Oh, that's going to be really fun. So the best part about the baseball thing is it's going to be a mix of like anywhere between the 40s and the 70s. So there's going to be dudes with gigantic mutton chops and mustaches, and there's going to be inherent racism and just all sorts of fun. Oh, airing it out to Hiram Atkinson. Hiram Atkinson getting ready for Hanukkah, I would imagine. But that's a perfect pass completion so far from Clinton Underwood, 3 for 3. And he's going to have to throw it quite a bit with the with his star running back out with a mild concussion in the first quarter. Oh my God, Catfish Hunter. Oh my God. Absolutely. We'll have to just constantly remind people that it's not the real Catfish Hunter. Yeah. If you've ever seen the screen grab of like the Japanese baseball game that just decided to change, that tried to make what a couple of American names sound like, you'll know it because it has a guy named Todd Gonzalez and Bobson Dugnut. All those names are being used. Oh, congrats on affiliate! Not that one. Well, back when I did LOA, which became too much of a thing, one of the guys' names was Pele, and then in parentheses, not that one. And his jersey said the other Pele on it. And we're going to see Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium back with the football. Oh, big hit. Pounce, period. On Jonas Brothers. And he's a fat kid quarterback, so that takes a lot to knock him down. Oh, no, he's still not getting up. Is that because someone's standing on his arm? Is that kid standing on his arm? What a dick. No, out of the shotgun formation. Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium. Now they're going to wait till the end of the first quarter. And by the way, Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium are using the Mississippi State offense. So again, the CSC known for being very fast. Like to run the option, get a lot of plays off in a quick amount of time. And we get started with the second quarter of play. And I gotta tell you, one of my favorite things to tell you about. You guys couldn't see it on the broadcast, and of course I'm telling you guys out there in Radio Land. Incomplete pass. Jonas Brothers looking for a receiver, unable to hang on to it. 3rd and 2 from their own 44. Just after the first quarter ended, they had the nice promotion. All the sponsors like to have a nice big promotion, a contest on the field or over on the sidelines between the first and second quarters, and between the third and fourth. And I gotta tell you, they had the Dress That Baby promotion, where they wheeled out the giant bin of baby clothes, just whatever they can throw in there. And 2 different contestants had a bunch of nude baby dolls, like dolls, actual dolls. They weren't real naked babies. Please, they're not. We don't want to get in trouble here. And they had to rummage through the cart of clothes and dress as many dolls as they could in 60 seconds. And I gotta say, the way they handled those baby dolls, like they were being shaken. They were just shaking the dresses to try to get their big fat baby doll heads through the holes. They were ripped clothes, like arms were being ripped off just so the ponchos that they sell at Ted's could fit on them. I mean, it was just a violent. It looked like a massacre by the end of it, but a well-dressed massacre, because Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium have just the finest selection of baby clothes at reasonable and unreasonable prices. Prices so unreasonable, they're always on sale. And Ted's going to have to punt to Shifty lose. Timothy Schultz with a 6-yard return. He is hit with that one right away. That punt didn't have to go far, so the coverage was pretty solid on that one. We've got a lot of names already, but we're going to need I have no idea how big the teams are. I'm already at 52 names. I will tell you the first 2 that I ever came up with were Moopy Pound Cake and Gert Junkson. I sent it to our good friend Seth, Nash's Torn Quad, and he came up with 2 pictures of old 80s era baseball players. He goes, no, when you said those names, these are who I thought of. And he said Gert Junkson is a guy who eats steak for every meal. I'm like, you got it. He's going to be a home run hitter. And Underwood makes the catch to Justin Mills for 4 yards, but 4th and 1. We'll have to see what they do here. Might have to punt again. Yep, punt formation is out, and Ted's laying it down again with strong defense. Steak for every meal was very Wade Boggs. Also was 64 beers on a cross-country flight, or so the signs I see at sports games tell me. Harold Gibbons with the return. He only gets 3 yards on that one. Takes it off the bounce, and he is tackled by that child. They're going to start things off from the 39-yard line. Jonas Brothers from the shotgun. Punt Foreman. I like it. And joining me in the commentary booth is Will. Hi, Will.
Hey, how's it going?
We were coming up with good names for the old-timey baseball players when I do that gimmick whenever that game comes out.
Did you hear that?
I had a couple of good donations. One such as Herman Football Sherman, Dollop O'Daisy, Foul Ball Duncans, Maryland Mansion, and of course Catfish Hunter. But we have to clarify, not that one.
A different. Okay, yeah.
Because Catfish Hunter is just a good name.
On a related note, who is Coach Gator?
Coach Gator. Oh, he's a famous old-timey wrestling coach from the days of Ricky Dozan and what?
Or a manager?
He's gonna be a manager.
Okay.
Oh yeah. For to explain what I feel like I
and
need
it's
to.
not Ford.
It's not Kevin Ford. Jesus Christ, you jerk.
I'm just making sure. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I was like, oh, Ford.
I'm gonna go ahead and link the video in the Twitch chat. So we had an eating the other Jesus. Oh, that's great. Wade Boggs ate the opposing team. Lovely. Nothing like Vor. So we had a guy. So Nova Pro Wrestling had a show on Friday night. Our biggest show ever. We do on Black Friday every year. That's a completed pass to Nitro. Shaggy gets 16 yards and is tackled down to the 5, and they call their first time out. So and we debuted a guy as you see in that video named Coach Gator. And he's getting trained right now, but we're using him as a manager, and he's searching for someone to bring back the spirit of that old school wrestling, the territorial stuff, making sure the territories aren't dead. And he came out dressed like friggin' Mickey or like an old-timey boxing manager, and he was throwing out Werther's Originals to the crowd and scouting people. He was scouting a kid named Isaiah Frazier. I think he thought he was Smoking Joe. That's why.
Oh, okay.
And touchdown.
I need to pitch my idea for like an actual scout, like a baseball scout to be a manager.
In wrestling?
Yes, where he's got a clipboard, a stopwatch, a radar gun.
I love the radar gun for like him running the ropes or something.
Yes, the radar gun's clearly the most practical tool to use. Just pointing at the guy running the ropes.
Okay, it is not Big Papa Gator. It's a guy who used to have a podcast called The Gator Pit. But I believe he's getting trained right now.
Oh, podcast guy who went on to be a manager. Never heard that before.
He's getting trained, but except he's getting trained.
Well, there's a difference.
Yeah. And Jared Dukes.
I mean, he's got a car too.
I mean, he made it to the show, so you know.
I know.
We're getting a little inside baseball here. I like it.
Was shooting.
And it seemed like he was over with the crowd, which is good too. The crowd was confused, but they kind of. I mean, throwing Werther's Originals to the crowd. I told him he needed to refer to them as hardtack. Because that's what my grandfather would call hard candy. Hardtack.
I actually like Werther's Originals.
They're not bad. They're not good, but they're not bad.
Not like I like them. I like butterscotch candy.
But they absolutely are they are the quintessential. They are the quintessential old person candy, next to those strawberry candies that are wrapped like strawberries.
What I never understood about Werther's Originals is why he got the reputation as the old person candy. Because, like, you would think it's what old people give to other people. They don't eat it themselves. They couldn't possibly masticate hard candy with the shape their teeth are in.
Yeah, I don't want to go into too much details, Pat, but yes. Unfortunately, we did have some incidents in the main event. Both Mia Yim and Sahara 7. I don't know if you've heard of her. She wrestles a lot around in Maryland and Virginia. They both had to get rushed to the hospital after during their match or after their matches.
Was it head stuff?
Sorry?
Was it head stuff?
I don't really want to get into it.
I just know that one guy had to go to the hospital because like he injured his wrist, which is far less severe than.
Oh, AC Hawks, yeah, when he broke his finger, and he was back. He came back. Like he came back to the show. He came back to watch the rest of the show. But yeah, no, it's I don't want to get into details because I don't want to just divulge what I know without them themselves saying it. To my knowledge, it happened on the same move or series, but they're not similar injuries. Yeah, I know that one of the other wrestlers drove Mia like right away. Thankfully, Sahara was. I guess that was her elimination anyway, so we kind of got her out of there. And then we had to take her. We kind of were letting her recover first, and then she got taken towards the end of the show. It was all the last match anyway. It was a 5-on-5 women's Survivor Series style match, and they were on either team. So, you know, Mia kind of had to limp to the back, and basically like could not continue. She knew something was up. So, what I've heard is not confirmed. I would rather let her herself say it on Twitter or something, and I legitimately don't know with Sahara, but I'm definitely worried about both of them. More Sahara just because I haven't heard anything, but yeah, it sucks. Shifty lose, by the way, tying it up right before the half. I completely missed who scored that one, but you know, it's one of those things where it's not just me doing commentary, so we start talking about literally whatever. Yeah, okay, I think after we get back from the half, I definitely want to discuss grandparent or old person candy. I don't want to do it now because I'm about to go and pay a bill, but it's tied up. Number 2 in all of South Tucson, Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium let in a last-second touchdown to tie it up with Shifty Lou's Arcade. An upset brewing, perhaps? Shifty Lou's would like to think so. And our halftime brought to you by Nissan. Be sure to test drive the all-new Laugh Finder. Comfortably seats 8. It uncomfortably seats a whole nother season of these damn jokes. But, of course, we'd like to talk to you a moment about our sponsor spotlight, where we feature one of the local sponsors here in the South Tucson area, and we talk about them, and we give thanks to them because, again, it's the time to give thanks and everything, and, you know, it can't be Ted's Vehicles Emporium because they're playing. We already are giving them enough things, so we got to spin it again, unfortunately. The Marmalade Shack. Yes, the Marmalade Shack. By the way, congratulations to the Marmalade Shack for being ranked number 7 in the opening rankings of the season. But the Marmalade Shack is a wonderful location. A wonderful location, the Marmalade Shack. Will, I mean, you know, you love marmalade. You love jams and jellies and various preserves, right? No? Okay, just gonna be me then. So, I do. I sure do. Because Will just left the call, that's why. So I sure love jams and jellies and preserves, and at the Marmalade Shack, you can go ahead and get those. You can get yourself some jams and some jellies and some preserves, because you can't jelly yourself into another person, but you sure can jam it. You can get pectin, our favorite flavor at the Marmalade Shack. Can't keep it on the shelves. Get your holiday pectin flavored marmalade. It tastes like literally nothing. But they have a host of flavors in the holiday season. We're right between, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and all the other holidays in December, and of course the New Year. So you can get any sort of flavors they got. They got pine needle. It's made with real sap. Pine needles. If you find little bits of pine needles in there, you can just spread it on toast, and it tastes like eating a damn tree. Like, if you love Christmas so much you want to inhale every aspect of it, you can try maybe stocking flavored. It's got little cotton balls, and like it's red, and you'll find little like orange peels in it because you put like fruit in stockings, and sometimes you'll find a keychain in there, and you probably shouldn't eat the keychain, but it's a free keychain. Just wash it off and use it. Also flavored for the holiday, they just got their giblets marmalade. It's now on clearance because it's after Thanksgiving. But the giblets marmalade is great. You want to spread it on a turkey sandwich. It's kind of like a mayonnaise, I guess, and you put it on a turkey sandwich with your stuffing, and of course you can't forget Santa's. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna Santa's tobacco pipe flavored marmalade. Thank you, Candace. That's her favorite. I like the chimney soot one, because it really just makes you feel warm inside. You just open it up and you just breathe it in, and then you cough for about 12 minutes, and then you just spread it on a nice burnt piece of bread, and it just tastes like you just shoved your head in the fireplace. And you know, that may not sound pleasant, but really, I mean, what better way to celebrate the holidays than just inhaling a fireplace and maybe just kind of setting yourself on fire. Elf Tears, that's a brand new one. I haven't even had a chance to taste it myself, but I'm sure it tastes like regret and lawsuits. Elementary school paste and glitter, excuse me, my bad. And you can just put it on your shelf and threaten your kids with it, like the elf on the shelf. It's the Elf Tears on the shelf tears. You can tell them, hey, if you're not good, Santa's gonna make you eat it in your sleep, and he's gonna force feed you Elf Tears. That's the Marmalade Shack. Try a new jar or bring your own holiday cheer and make your own marmalade. If you got a bunch of old ornaments that aren't gonna fit on the tree, we'll grind them up and make them into a marmalade for you, so you can give them as a gift. It's wonderful. The Marmalade Shack's great. I know we went way into the third quarter. I don't care, because you know the Marmalade Shack is so great. My kids cry when I place a jar of it at the end of the hallway near their rooms. I mean, it's a good deterrent. They absolutely. See, that's when the live reads are so easy, is when it's just listing shit. That's always the easy ones to do. Listing things like, oh, where did Will go? Dang it, Will. Mwah, mwah. So I was just asking my girlfriend what her favorite marmalade was. She went with chimney soot.
Gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
And the second quarter has Shifty lose, moving downfield pretty nicely. Underwood hanging on to it. He's going to run down to the 6. A 13-yard gain and a first down for Shifty Lose. We're going to take the lead yet again. Jared Dukes, the backup running back for rest in peace, Herbert Lawson. Taking it down. Oh, losing a couple yards on that one. Back to the 7. Underwood going to take it down to the 1. 3rd and goal, right on the goal line, knocking on the door there. So 4th and goal. Great stop by Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium. Great defensive stop. And they settle for 3, but they take a very important lead with 1:28 to go in the third quarter of our first of 2 games. Number 2 in all of South Tucson. Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium down by a field goal. And coming up after this will be another game out of the CSC featuring Moist Adventures Indoor Water Park, 5-0, the other undefeated, the number 1 team in all of South Tucson. They've got a home game against You Need a Clown, the very first champions of South Tucson, who are 2-0 in conference right now, but started the season 0-3, so they're 2-3, but they are on a streak as well.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Danny Fritz with a 4-yard catch, got hammered. And again, out of the shotgun, they're handing it off. Is that Nitro Shaggy? Yes, it is. 15 yards up the middle. First down for Teds.
Makes it 1st and 10.
And thank you to those who have just followed the account. Appreciate it. The channel. Braden H. Is that Braden Hawker? No, that's Braden Walker. Never mind. And he's gonna knock your brains out. Fun little thing about Braden Walker. I thought his name was Brain Walker when he said it. I didn't realize it was Braden. And I was like, oh, he's the Brain Walker. Weird, but okay. So 36 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Shaggy, loss of 1.
That brings up 3rd and 14.
Oh, is this the Reddit that, yeah, so Namerpuss just posted this in the chat. Bleacher Report, 25 funniest names in baseball history. I don't know if I can explain the Nitro Shaggy name. I'm gonna message.
88 with the reception. Gain of 11 yards. That brings up 4th and 3.
I think it was just a silly name.
Schultz with the return.
I have no idea, but here we are. And Lawrence Horn with a 3-yard catch. Shifty lose. Starting the fourth quarter with a 3-point lead, a slim margin. But they are looking to put the upset on. And you can see all the fans holding up the number 4, voting on, of course, the between quarters competition, which was the 90-second baby pageant, where there were five babies and a parent, and they had to rummage through the famous Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium bin o' clothes and dress up their baby, and there were some costumes. There was a whole bunch of stuff in there, and they had to put them on display in a horrible child pageant sort of way. And they were all voting for baby number 4. So there you go. Anyway, Clinton Underwood. So Candace, this is the best I got. I don't know, and I just asked Seth, aka National Storm Quad. This is my response. I think that was just a random one I whipped up, unless Shaggy performed on Nitro one time. Who booked this crap? It wasn't me. That's just kind of a random name we threw out there. Like Magisterial Tuna. There's no real reason to it, it's just a weird name. Lawrence Horn! Larry Horn! 16-yard catch for that kid. Oh yeah, so, even though Will's not here, old person or your grandparents' candies. So we've got Werther's Originals, the strawberry-wrapped strawberry candies. I mean, those are the real ones, right? Like, I mean, I guess the peppermints that you see in like the dishes after like outside of at the hostess stand at restaurants, I guess. Caramels with the weird white stuff in the middle.
Make it 2nd and 4.
I don't know if I know those. John Benet's Basement Decorators. Well, I was assuming it was Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium. Maybe they're working in tandem with Jean Benet's Basement Decorators. Cowtails, that's what they're called. Yes, that is definitely, I never saw, like, old people have these, but whenever I would go trick-or-treating as a kid, Mary Jane's, I always assumed were an old person candy. As well as Charleston Chews, because they just looked old. Jared Duke's 13-yard catch. Shifty loser continuing to work their way downfield. Down to the 24. And Teds need to lock up that defense. And if they can force a field goal, then they got a shot with 3 to go. And another first down. They are down to the 13-yard line. French, I don't know what French peanuts are. Are they just peanuts? Or are they like a candy? I'm looking this up now. I need to find out. I need to know. I must know. What are those? No! What is that? They're called French burnt peanuts. No! They look like something that should be found under the sea, or like what you would use if you made a diorama, like it was like an alien like planet. That's what life would look like over there. You just put those around. Tumors of the Boston baked beans. Are Boston baked beans basically like just peanuts coated in candy? Because I actually don't know what Boston baked beans really are either. Oh, those are terrifying. Nothing would make me want to actually try those. Never, 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 never. Half-assed M&Ms. Oh, there you go. Well, here we go. Field goal attempt. They've already made one. This one's going to be 30 yards. And it is good. Well, 1:53 to go. Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium down by 6. They have a chance to take the lead with a touchdown. They still have a good shot at this. Can they go to 6-0, or will the undefeated season come to an end here in week 6? High Chew. Are those like not Starbursts? I think that's what they are. High Chew. Oh, no, they're not. There's something entirely different. Okay. They're Japanese candy. I did not know that. Bit of Honeys. The 5-cent dentist. That's how I can tell I've gotten old. I'm terrified about pulling out teeth from candy now.
That's a loss of 8 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
My mom used to always say that she was worried that like her caps or her crowns or whatever would get pulled out when she ate like chewy candy like Starburst. I'm always afraid that anything that's going to get coated to my teeth, I'm going to pull a tooth out when I remove it. I'm like, don't do it, don't do it. 3rd and 18, 3rd and long for Ted's. They got to make this one up. Jonas Brothers, a lot of time to throw. Looks like he's going long. Takes a step, airs it out, incomplete. 4th and 18, and they got to go for it. Necco wafers. I've never seen an old person give out Necco wafers, though.
That makes it 4th and long.
Oh, on gummy bears? Oh my God, no, I wouldn't even have thought of that. Well, going for it here, 4th and 18. This might be the game. They got to air it out. Thrown, caught! 43 yards, Danny Fritz. And a first down. Teds are not out of it just yet. They just made a game-saving play with 75 seconds to go. What's your go-to old person game? What do you think of old person game? We're taking stock on this one.
I have 3.
What are your 3?
Andre's Mints.
Andy's?
Or Andy's.
Andy's Mints. Andy's Mints are absolutely, yeah.
Andy's Mints. Werther's.
Yeah, we got Werther's. Yeah, that's like the number 1 one.
Strawberry.
Yep,
candy.
that was the second one I said, yeah. Okay, but no, what was the first one? Andy's. Andy's Mints are wonderful. They're so good. A drawer full of them? That's great. Chucky Dinner Mints. Oh, no, I think of those as like, those are restaurant ones. Restaurants have those. No. I know what you're talking about. Looking for the end zone. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Trey Thomas with the deflection.
The intended receiver on the play.
Yeah.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
I'm pretty sure I agree because I can't find
Okay.
they're like,
Jumping off the yards for Shaggy.
There's a flag on the field.
They're what?
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Junior mints?
Defense.
No? They're hard mints with chocolate.
They're like the shape,
Automatic first down.
The shape of like Werther's.
I know what you're talking about, and I think they exist, and I can't think what they are. Let's just go all Butterfield diet and get some during dinner mints. Yes! I don't think Turkish Taffy is just an old school candy. I don't think of it as like an old person candy. So the penalty gives a fresh set of downs to Teds. Short pass to Danny Fritz for 5 yards. 2nd and goal. They are down to the 2. 38 seconds to go. They are letting this clock run. A touchdown will put them in the lead. They spike it to stop the clock.
That makes it 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. I would have just gone with a play and run it in. So far we've got... but those are newer. Cream Savers are a good one too, but they're very good also. And Jonas Brothers rushes it in for the touchdown to tie it up. We had Cowtails. Cowtails is a good one. I'm going to scroll up the chat here. I said Mary Jane. No, did I say? I said Mary Jane's, yeah. I just assumed that they were old because of like their bit of honeys. Totally. Extra point is up and good with 32 seconds. Teds have taken the lead. Cowtails. Yeah, we were looking for the word cowtails. I couldn't think of it. You think so? Satellite wafers. Are they the same as like... They're not like Necco wafers? Are they like a sweet tart kind of thing? Tic Tacs. Those are not candy. A cookie that I always loved the Danish butter cookies that actually had the cookies in them and not sewing supplies.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Those are totally an old person treat. I know they're not candy, they're cookies. 2nd and 3. 12 seconds to go. Sack! Clinton Underwood sacked for what I think is the first time in this game. They call their first time out. They need to get a field goal to win this game. They have 12 seconds to go. 3rd and 10. Yeah, the strawberry ones are always like that and Werther's original. Big catch made! And they call a timeout, 32-yard catch. It's down to the 37. It's still too far. They got to go for a touchdown on this one. They don't have the length and the distance to get a field goal. Lorna Dunes, wow. Airing it out. Incomplete. The game is over. Teds have held on. Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium with a last-minute touchdown take the lead and preserve their undefeated season. They improved to 6-0, and there is your player of the game, Jonas Brothers. Peach rings, like the chewy ones? I don't think of those as like old person candy. I feel like anything chewy, they're gonna say no. You'll like, yeah. Toblerone bars are delicious and totally are. Also the wafer cookies, like the wafer cookies. They're like the crisscross like patterned wafers with like a little bit of cream in between. Not really Nutter Butters.
Oh god, the rectangle one?
Yeah, the rectangle wafer cookie. What are Chico sticks? I'm looking up Chico sticks. All right, well, you guys stick around. We are going nowhere. We've got a second game in just a second. But until then, that is the final score. It is Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium preserving their undefeated season by a score of 21-20 over Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium.